I don't think we talked about El Camino last week.
No.
I think we just brought it up like it was coming out on Friday. What?
Did we write down the Rotten Tomato scores?
Yeah, there's like the first week.
Way back we did, yeah. I think we talked about it in the first episode.
I'll tell you right now, I think I lost this.
You shot
you
low,
wrote it down twice, bro. So there's no way you lost it. All right, so we settling the bet right now?
I guess,
yeah. Why? Because you know you won.
I don't know. No, I really don't think I did win. I might have, though.
So what do you want to hear first? The scores that we gave, or...
Yeah.
The scores that we gave.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Yeah.
I gave an 86.
Ooh.
Andrew gave a 92.
Uh-huh.
Jason gave an 83.
I gave an 83?
I mean a 93, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
I was gonna
say. Jason might have won.
And the official Tomato Meter score as of today...
Let's hear it.
94.
No way!
Yes!
94. The audience score, however, I'd just like to point out is an 83.
Oh, baby.
So we're ballparking.
Really? The audience didn't like it that
All right,
much,
so at the end of the show, you guys are ripping the shot.
I will say, too, though...
I'll do it right now.
I can't...
End of the show.
No,
I'll do it right now.
End of the show. Let's keep it civil for the pod.
I guess.
Sucking down
even though
this too juicy.
I'm in the zone. I'd just like to point out that The Joker was a 69%. I thought that was a better movie than El Camino.
I agree. Joker was only 69%. It was because of all the controversy, dude.
They probably only had certain groups look at it.
Yeah, people had their panties in a bunch.
Yeah, I guess so.
But wow, I won. I'm kind of proud of myself.
Way to go,
94,
Jay.
That's pretty good.
94.
I can't believe
I
lost.
Let's get into it a little bit.
0 for 2 on bets on this show.
What'd you guys think? Anyone? Bueller?
It was a good movie. Honestly, it was
thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed. It was a great story again, written by the director Vince Gilligan.
Yep.
Who did so well during the whole series. It was just another good story, and it was nice to have closure with what happened to Pinkman.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really it in a nutshell, and it touched up on a lot of stuff. For Christ's sake, seeing a Walt, I almost pooped.
Same. I almost started crying, dude. I was like, Walt?
It made it even better because they flashed it back to when their relationship was just...
It was
great.
It was great, and they nailed it in that scene.
They cared for each other. Yep.
One of the concerns I had... I mean, I didn't have many concerns to begin with, but I was afraid that they were just kind of making this movie for the sake of making another Breaking Bad movie. I was almost worried that they didn't really have a story to tell. You know what I mean? I wanted them to be doing this movie because they genuinely had another story that needed to be told, not because they were just looking to make more money.
So do you think?
And after watching this, it's completely clear to me that this was not a money grab. They genuinely had another story that they wanted to tell. You know what I mean? Right. And I think it's the closure. You need to have that necessity factor. You know what I mean? It's so clear when a movie or television show is just made for the sake of
grabbing some
money. And I don't think this was that, which I'm happy to say.
Hell no. This movie was a piece of art.
Yeah.
It belongs in a museum, a movie museum where it's just playing nonstop.
Yep.
Like my heart was pounding the entire movie. I was at the edge of my seat the entire time. I think I was sweating at one point.
Yeah, I don't think
it was amazing.
Mm-hmm. Sorry to cut you off. There wasn't a scene.
Not okay.
There wasn't a scene where I was like. There wasn't a scene where I didn't think, "Oh man, where's this going?" Or like, "What's gonna happen?"
Or "Why is this here?" type of thing.
Yeah.
And I thought
everything was explained through the flashbacks.
They paid everything off, and the flashbacks were lengthy and satisfying.
Yeah. I was worried the flashbacks were gonna take away from the movie because like we knew going into it, we were like, "There's got to be flashbacks of like, him and Walter,
him and Mike."
Yeah, like I didn't expect all the flashbacks of him being imprisoned. Like that just went right over my head. Like,
let me ask you a question.
I thought a lot of it was going to be more of his time, like Breaking Bad with Walter.
Yeah. Speaking of the flashbacks of him in prison, it's been a long time since I watched Breaking Bad. I didn't remember Todd as a character.
Yeah, he was.
And in the moment, I didn't either.
And I was like, I had to kind of... I went back and watched the scene where Todd dies in Breaking Bad, and then I remembered him. But at the time when he first appeared in El Camino, I was like, who is this guy?
Gained a lot of weight.
Yeah, he got real fat.
He's a great actor, though.
Yeah. He's in a lot of different side things.
Yeah, he's in one of the Black Mirror episodes.
Friday Night Lights as well.
USS Callister.
Yep.
That's the one he was in.
Yep.
Great actor.
What a memory you got.
There we go.
Yeah, absolutely. He was there during the train heist. You remember the train heist?
I gotta rewatch so much.
Oh my!
Talk me into it. Come on.
The train heist is when they were trying to get the methylene for Breaking Bad, and they stopped the train. Stole however many gallons of methylene from
Weren't they kind of like under a bridge almost?
Yeah, they were pumping it under a bridge into like a truck fucking thing.
That was pretty cool.
It was.
What was Todd in that scene?
He was there, and some kid witnessed the entire heist, and Todd shot the kid.
Yeah,
killed the kid.
I do remember that.
I gotta rewatch. He's a fucking psychopath.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit. He just murders whatever he feels like needs to be murdered. That maid.
Exactly, like the maid, and how like nonchalantly he was talking about it.
Yeah, he was like go ahead, Jason.
No, you go for it, Andrew.
The entire time, like when that flashback started of getting Jesse out of the pit that he lived in, bringing him to unlocking the gate, driving the El Camino all the way to his apartment. And he's like, is this what you need help with? Just putting this tailgate onto your El Camino? Yeah. And he was like, kinda, yeah, well, you'll see. Come on, come inside.
Yeah, you're right.
And then he starts talking about the paintings. He's like, oh, so you want me to paint the walls in your house? Yeah. And he's like, well, maybe if we have time.
Yeah, right.
Walks in the next room, there's a dead woman, dead maid on the ground.
And he doesn't even acknowledge it.
Yeah,
he's just like, all right.
He just walked in, he's like, I need help with that. He just kind of like,
even
points
Jesse
at it, and Jesse's like, oh my, what the fuck, man?
He's like, oh, Jesus.
He couldn't believe his eyes, and he was like, what do you want me to do?
It was whack. They were rolling like a freaking cigar, and he goes, oh, wait a second. And then takes the belt off and stands up, just loops it around himself.
He's just nuts. He's a straight up nut job. And then he's great.
Weren't they like eating like soup or something like that?
He loved the soup. Yeah. He goes to Jesse like 2 times, you sure you don't want any soup?
I kept offering him the soup, and like I was like, man, maybe being enslaved by this dude isn't terrible. But
and
then
the dead body's just like laying there as they're eating soup.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, holy fuck.
And then Pinkman had to lay next to it as they drove out to the desert.
Yeah. That's right too. Shit, can you imagine that, dude?
Oh, it's gotta smell.
Laying that, it's gotta smell.
When it bumps into him and he just crawls away as quickly as he can. Then he's got to dig the hole.
Yeah.
And everything. What a poor bastard.
Speaking of those parts and stuff, I mean, and the part where Jesse's in the shower, it's just, the PTSD flashbacks from everything this guy has seen. It really showed this movie really showed how that weighed on him as a person over the years of seeing all these fucked up things. He was in the shower just having those PTSD episodes. He woke up, he didn't know where the hell he was, almost shot Skinny.
Yep, it's Skinny and Badger. That's right.
And, I love Badger, man. That dude is a dunce.
He was so funny in this one.
Hey, dude. Come check out what's on TV. I'm not watching TV right now, man. What's the matter with you? It's the news.
They were boys though in this movie.
Yeah, they helped real homies.
Yes. They helped Pinkman out with everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Lord, I hope if I ever murder somebody, you got my back.
Yeah,
and you, Jason. I'm looking for both of you for a couple grand to get me out of the country.
Don't be implying nothing.
Don't.
But speaking of the PTSD, one of the parts that I thought was really, really interesting. It was subtle, but when Jesse took the gun with him into the shower, I was just like, damn, dude, like you're that paranoid and that, that
doesn't trust anything.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a real thing.
That was nuts.
What I was trying to remember, and foolish of me for not looking it up beforehand, was how long he was in prisons. Like, how long was the time skip from when
that
Walt
part got a little
him?
Fuzzy for me too.
I'm gonna look it up right now. You guys talk.
Because Breaking Bad, the series, how long did that go? Like, I mean...
I think, we were talking about this, I think the last season ended when we were seniors in high school.
No.
Oh.
I mean, like, in the show?
Yep.
I should have specified.
Yeah. How long did it go from start making
like,
meth?
The timeline, yeah.
Like, Walt being a teacher to dying?
Right. What was that time span? Was it like a year?
I think it was like... Yeah, something
I don't think it was much longer than a year.
It was pretty quick, I think.
Yeah.
It says 6 months here.
The Breaking Bad timeline?
The whole series?
Yeah.
Oh, no. The Breaking Bad timeline, it was like a year and a half in total.
Was it?
Because it started on Walt's whatever birthday.
Yeah.
And then a couple seasons later, it was his next birthday.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah. After he had like
Good
beat cancer
memory.
and everything.
Shit.
I remember because they did the bacon. Oh, it's right here. It's right here on the screen. I didn't even realize it. Walt was 51 at one point at the beginning of the show, and by Live Free or Die, where's that? That's season 5. So it took course. The whole show took course over a year and 6 months.
It's relatively short.
Yeah.
That's
for having
wild. For everything that had happened to him in a year,
Yeah.
I'd lose my mind.
That's at least something like every other day that's going down.
Oh
Shit.
my! Yeah, so Walt had the remember the bacon birthday numbers that Skyler would do
Yeah.
every year. So he was 51 and started the show, and then 52 by the end
When
he died.
when we watched it the second time through, we were saying how I think it's a missed opportunity Breaking Bad had to not have an interaction between Pinkman and Walt Jr.
Yeah. I think
What a
so.
dynamic that would have been.
There was never one.
Never, not
And-
one encounter.
What about Pinkman and Skyler?
I think he would have owned
think-
Skyler.
I feel like they met or something at one point.
Oh,
I
they
think
met?
I think Pinkman
I don't know.
did Pinkman go there for dinner one night.
Did he?
I don't know.
I think you might be right.
I
We looking that up?
here we go. Google.
Was Walt Jr. there then?
I think he might
Must
have
have
been.
So maybe that's worth rewatching.
It would also.
Honestly, the show in general is absolutely worth rewatching.
Yeah.
but I'm missing a lot of little details.
Same.
Spot on it.
Obviously.
Well, it's been a while since,
Obviously, my favorite flashback in the show was with Walt and when they were at the
diner. Yeah.
And he thought Pinkman didn't get his diploma. He's like, I graduated, dick.
You just need to get your GED. He's
Yeah.
like, why would I need a GED? As he's shoveling lettuce and pineapple into his mouth. Why would I need my GED? I graduated high school, yo.
Yeah.
He's like, you were literally on the stage handing my or as I got handed my diploma.
I graduated high school, dick.
Didn't Walt say something about the amount of pineapple that Pinkman got?
He was like, you want heavy on the pineapple? He's like, it's good for you. It's got bromine. He's like, bromonine or whatever.
Bromelain.
Bromelain. It's like, what?
What is bromelain?
I don't know.
That's
What is
something.
what a dynamic though. Those two
Great
characters.
scene.
Yeah, it was.
He did eat dinner with Walt, and Walt Jr. was
I
not
thought so.
there.
Damn.
Walt and Skyler. It was in season 5.
Well, why? What do you guys think?
Do you remember that? Because Skyler and Walt were fighting, and Pinkman was just sitting there like, just eating his lasagna or whatever he was eating. It's right here.
That's crazy.
What do you guys think the dynamic would be between Walt Jr. and
Just
Jesse?
polar opposite
It'd be
personalities.
hilarious.
Yeah, it'd be. I feel like Jesse wouldn't know what to do.
He'd just be like, what's the matter with you?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Jesse Pinkman. But I'm speechless. In all honesty, like the movie left me just in awe. I was so happy with it.
Yep.
The flashbacks were done beautifully. They set up plot points that would continue the story moving in the movie. It was start to finish. My heart was beating. It was racing nonstop, and I just at every turn I was like, he's gonna get turned in, he's gonna get caught, he's gonna die. I didn't think he was gonna make it to the end of the movie. Honestly,
Yeah.
You know what I was a little bit curious about when Badger took the car in the beginning?
yeah.
That they just kind of left that story like
I just didn't
nothing happened with it.
What I think happened, and what I was trying to figure out with it is, okay, so
Let me just specify the scene. So
go ahead. Let me
This
get
is
my
when
words together.
I'm talking about when at the beginning when Badger took the El Camino, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he took it down to where did he take it?
Mexico.
That's right. And he was going to wipe it of fingerprints and kind of throw the cops off Jesse's trail.
Right.
And so then he leaves in the El Camino, and then we don't hear what happened to him.
So, what I think they were doing was, because Skinny Pete was like, "Yeah, man, I'm just gonna tell the cops like I swapped pink slips. That's the truth. Like, he put me up to any lie detector test. Like that's what happened." And Badger drove the car to Mexico, think in like as an act to drive the police away from where Pinkman was actually going in Badger's car.
Right.
So by, if anything, Skinny Pete, like if they were interrogating them, they'd be like, yeah, my car's this. Like if you find that, you'll probably find him. And they brought it to Mexico as like, and Skinny Pete asked Jesse, he was like, do you think that they would expect you to go to Mexico? And I'm pretty sure Jesse replies with like, no. But they were like, all right, well, we're just going to send my car that way, this way. Like, it's just a different path it could take you.
Yeah,
it's just a wild goose chase type of thing. It was just all part of a plan to directing the cops one way.
No,
that's all I could really get from it.
I definitely get the reason why he did it. I just don't get...
I'll be right back.
Are you pissing already?
I gotta pee really bad.
He's breaking the seal 20 minutes into the show.
I didn't even go before the pod like I usually do. I gotta go.
Holy fuck. He's gonna go about 2 more times. Want to bet?
No, I don't want to bet because I already lost twice on this show.
Shit, you both did. But anyway, what I was saying is, don't you think... I thought it was a little weird how they sent Badger down to do this mission with the El Camino.
Right.
And then after he left with it, they didn't even...
They didn't acknowledge it.
They didn't acknowledge it. They didn't reference it at all. They didn't, talk about him. And I thought that was going to be like a key, like, sub-storyline in the movie.
Right.
And it just wasn't.
I agree, but after watching the movie twice now, like, thinking about it, it just seems like it would have been forced trying to put that in anywhere else in the movie. Because at all other parts of the movie, you were just like, when Pinkman was looking for the money, he was in a flashback. Maybe if they made like one of the flashbacks shorter, like they could have cut away to that. But
I think the reason why I was expecting there to be more on the El Camino when Badger took it is because they almost set it up in a way where it was like when he drove away with that car, the first thing I thought was, shit's gonna go down with this.
Right.
Something's gonna go wrong. It's risky. They're gonna catch him. Something's gonna go horribly wrong. And then nothing happened.
Yeah, well,
we didn't hear about it.
When they showed him like driving off originally, I thought he was gonna get like into a car accident or exactly. Shot immediately.
Exactly.
And like they were gonna be
or
fucked.
He would have been arrested instead of Jesse.
Right.
And that would have escalated or something like that. But
we just didn't see anything from it. I'm not complaining. Like honestly, the movie was still great without it. It does leave people questioning.
Right.
Like if you don't really like kind of dissect that scene where they're talking about that game plan. It leaves confusion.
How about that part where Skinny was like, or Jesse was like, why are you doing this all for me? And Skinny was like, you're my hero.
Dude, I almost cried.
Dude, same.
Like, I don't even know like what he meant by he was like.
We gotta ask Tate this. I think this is a good topic to.
I think Tate would enjoy this as well. But
what do you think he meant?
Because I guess it was like just how hyped and like how big Pinkman actually was because of the blue meth. Like no one knew it was him making it aside from Skinny Pete and Badger and Walt. But like they saw the money he was making and just the cash influx he had, and they were just like, I guess it was, you made it. Like you made it as a drug dealer. Yeah, all this crazy terrible shit happened to you, but I still look up to you, man. Like you got your money
because you got through it.
Yeah.
Here's the question. I'm curious to know what you think. The part in
welcome back to it.
Was it a good piss?
It was all right.
All right, welcome back.
Okay.
Seal's broken. The part where Jesse in the beginning was like, he said to Skinny, he was like, "Why are you doing this all for me?" And Skinny was like, "You're my hero." And then just kind of shrugged it off and walked away. I love that part. I thought, I mean, I almost like shed a tear.
Yeah.
But Andrew and I were talking about what do you think he meant by that when he said you're my hero? Like for what?
I don't know. Probably for just enduring everything.
That's what I was thinking.
Just like, I don't know. Honestly, I don't really know. It's up for interpretation, but I think he sees all the shit he's been through, especially having seen Jesse's PTSD episodes and all that stuff, and
it's honestly like a little confidence boost, like something you need, like as a runaway from the law at this point. Like you need someone's like, look, we got your back, man. And by the way, what you've done is great.
Yeah,
like, there's no reason to put yourself down, like type of thing.
Yeah, I mean
maybe because like you did break the law.
Yeah,
and they said it was the largest methamphetamine
heist.
not heist, because
What's
that's
the-
like
yeah, that's
stealing.
right. That's not it.
methamphetamine like distributor, like operation in
there you
U.S.
go.
history.
Yeah.
But
Crazy.
Fucking heist. The fuck am I thinking?
We're just stealing meth.
it could have been too. I don't know their ages or whatever. I guess age doesn't really matter. But Skinny Pete probably also looked up to Jesse as like almost an older brother, like some guy who's just this.
Skinny Pete looks like an older man.
Everyone has these admirers in their life and like people they admire and stuff. And he could have just seen Jesse as like a cool guy who like he aspires to be. And he's just like, you're my hero and shit. Like, you know,
That's, I think, the exact quote, right?
Yeah.
You're my hero and shit.
yeah. And I mean, maybe it was just his way of saying like, I love you, man. Like, I love you.
Yeah.
You're my brother.
I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, saying it without saying I love you.
Yeah.
But speaking of, and
Go for it.
I'm jumping in here.
Go for
I've
it,
had
go
a
for
point, man, I've wanted to make about Pinkman for a while.
By
I
all
waited for this movie
Well, I'm
to
excited.
try to confirm it.
All right.
You said, Pinkman endured all this bullshit that happened to him. Mm-hmm. Jesse Pinkman is a survivor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A flat-out survivor.
Not
From
only-
start to finish of this show, he always got away.
Not only a survivor, an adapter
Yeah.
Yep.
to everything.
Yep.
From jumping out the window when the cops originally came and Walt was in the car and he saw him, to escaping the two twin brothers in the cartel. I mean, Walt helped out big time in that. Killing Gale, working with Mike, surviving
Todd.
surviving Todd and the white supremacists, getting out and getting a new identity. Start to finish, Pinkman is a survivor, and I think people overlook that because he's this originally, people think of Pinkman as the party guy, gets high, is a goofball, he's the comic relief type of character in this show.
Which he is to an extent.
Yeah,
Especially in
absolutely.
Breaking
Whenever he drops bitch, I'm surprised he didn't drop it more than...
Magnets, bitch!
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't drop it more than once in this movie, to be honest. And the first bitch of this movie wasn't even from Pinkman, which made me even more mad. But
he said it though at the salad bar, in the diner.
What did he say?
I don't know. He was like picking up a tomato or something. He was like, "Oh yeah, bitch," or something like that.
But Pinkman, he does it. He doesn't give up,
Yeah.
and that's a great trait to have as a character, as a person. And even though like he did all these bad things in his life, like Pinkman's kind of someone to look up to.
Where I saw that,
I think you just answered the question.
What?
I think that's why Skinny said that, because he sees that he's a survivor and he doesn't quit fighting.
Yeah, maybe so. There it is.
There you go.
I couldn't put the words
Look at
together
that.
originally, but that's my other point.
We arrived at an answer. What were you going to say?
where I really saw that was when, and you said Pinkman used to be the guy who gets high and parties and gets drunk, passes out, does every drug under the sun. Where I really saw like he means business is when he was with Skinny Pete and Badger, and they like were smoking, and they offered him the weed, and he was like, he didn't even acknowledge it because he's up to like new stuff, eyes on the prize. He's like, I don't got time for that.
Yeah.
He looked at it, he was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just, nah.
Yeah, and then he just went right to the phone book and started making his plan with the vacuum guy stuff. And I mean, he knows when to stop.
This guy has endured so many things. Two of his female like lovers died.
Yeah.
Walt killed one, Todd killed another.
Yep.
It's crazy. Like, he's gone through so much shit, and he still has not given the fuck up.
And Walt himself died,
Yeah.
right? And that must have been...
I'm sure it wasn't
Passing
easy
for
for
him a
him,
little
but like at the same time, I feel like he didn't care because he was trying to get
Right,
out
right.
in the beginning of all this
Right.
nonsense that got him enslaved. So, but I feel that when they exchanged like glares in finale, like you can tell like Pinkman like really wanted to kill him, but like he couldn't bring himself to it because of everything they've gone through already.
What do we think? Let's skip to the ending. Good ending. What do we think?
It was
I
foreshadowed
personally-
like crazy in the first 3 minutes of the movie.
It was big time.
I
was worried it wasn't going to make it there though. I really thought he was going to get caught somewhere along the line.
Me too.
Yeah.
I was worried.
Jess said this as well. It would have been kind of nice to see how he got to the vacuum guy and how they got to Alaska, as opposed to him just kind of driving into the border.
Yeah.
But like, I guess it's implied.
Yeah.
So
I thought it was funny when they opened up the back and he was just crammed in, just one lantern, a heater, and like a pillow.
Yeah.
that
So
looks so
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable.
So
Imagine
uncomfortable.
how long that car ride was
Couldn't
from
imagine.
New Mexico to Alaska,
But
through Canada.
For a new life, I guess you're doing it.
I guess so.
I wouldn't give a shit. Man, all that money he got, he made so much more money after murking that other guy. What was his name?
Who? Oh,
the auto body guy.
Yeah, the candy welding guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
I don't know his name either. Go for Joe. The guy, the toe guy.
I was listening to our friend Sam Whitfield's review on El Camino. Shout out to Sam Whitfield. And Sam brought up the point.
Did you like it?
He did. He loved it.
Yeah.
He had, some critiques. But one of the things that he said was, I guess a lot of people were, or not a lot of people, but there was a handful of people out there who wanted more of a bittersweet ending rather than just a happy ending for Jesse.
Is this Game of Thrones?
What do we think about that? Because I personally, I thought it was going to be bittersweet, but I didn't necessarily want a bittersweet ending.
Part of me was torn, half and half. I don't know what I believed, but I definitely thought it was possible for Jesse to A, get away,
die,
or B, die.
Yeah,
and honestly, yeah, I would have been satisfied with either of those. So it really didn't matter which way they took. It's the end of Pinkman's story, whichever way. So I was happy with, I guess
it's just a happy ending.
It was a good ending to a great movie. That's it. To a great character.
I think if Pinkman died, I would have just been sobbing at the end of this
really?
movie. Yeah. I would have been very upset. I probably wouldn't have think the movie was bad just because he died, by any means, but I think it would have pulled on a heartstring or two.
I think it would have been a little too much knowing that Walt died and then Jesse died too.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It would have been kind of poetic.
Imagine if Walt survived and Jesse died.
That would have been more sad than Walt dying and Jesse surviving.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
Jesse dying?
Jesse's a young kid.
Yeah.
He got wrapped up in this shithole freaking situation.
And at the end, he wanted to help Walt. You heard him in the flashback. He was like, your family's gonna get every dime that's meant for them or coming their way.
Yep.
And I don't think they did. But originally season 2, 3, him and Walt were clicking on the same page. They wanted to help each other. They wanted to be there for each other. And their relationship speaks miles.
Listen, speaking of death too, R.I.P. to the vacuum guy, Robert Forster. His name is, I guess.
Yeah, he died 2 days after the movie.
Yeah.
No shit. Really?
Yeah, he's
R.I.P.
Brain cancer.
Really?
So rest in peace. I mean, he saved Jesse in a way, man. His character. So just something to note.
Yeah,
he was. I haven't seen any of his other work, but he was good in this movie, and I do remember him as the guy from Breaking Bad too, and he was good in that. So I'll just base my thoughts on that. But
yeah, rest in peace, man.
Rest in peace. On that note, what do we give it 1 through 10? Let's go around. Start with you, Andrew.
I'll probably stay with the same score of, what did I give it? A 9.3?
93.
9.2? Because he was 9.3,
We did
right?
percents. So you gave it a
9.2.
92%, so 9.2.
I give it I give it about a 9.3, 9.4.
It was
great. I really
going
didn't have much complaints.
A little lower than you guys. I'm torn between giving it into the 9s or an 8.9.
Can I ask, before you give it your official score, why would you what brought it down for you?
Parts of me were a little distracted by the flashbacks and the length of the flashbacks and when they happened, and scenes, like I say, it's just nitpicks at this point, but stuff like how he got to Alaska versus just showing up, and the point that almost now seems pointless with Badger going to Mexico and stuff. I don't know. They're just nitpicks.
Right,
so
right. That's fair.
It wasn't a perfect movie. It was a phenomenal movie, but I'll go 8.9.
All right. Fair enough.
Favorite scene before we move on, folks?
Yeah, I know my favorite scene, baby.
Favorite scene?
Say you go first. He's thinking.
I always gotta think about this.
My favorite scene was 100% in the whole movie when Pinkman had the 22, the welding guy had his 45. He goes, "You're 22 versus my 45," and Pinkman's like the Wild West.
Yeah.
And then he blew holes all through that guy's freaking chest with the other gun that was hiding in his pocket.
I think I like that scene even more when the guy, after he takes all their licenses,
and
he goes, you're on fire, dude. And he just walked out, like, just so, like, fearful, but like, hey, before you kill me, you're on fire, spare my life.
Yeah.
But the reason I liked that scene so much, too, was, like, that reminded me of Breaking Bad in its prime, man. Those standoffish events where you're like, oh, man, something's going down, but I don't know how it's going to go down. That was just quintessential Breaking Bad. And it was Vince Gilligan, I guess, directing this movie just like he directed the Breaking Bad show. So
it's always Jesse with the gun. Like, other than Walt blowing off, like, the entire white supremacist group and, like, shooting the twin brothers in the head, Jesse did a lot of the killing for Walt.
Yeah. I think that's what Walt kind of appreciated, too. You know?
Like, Jesse, he killed Gale. Like, he showed up at Gale's house. And just,
Yeah.
Like, that's insane, man.
Yep. But, well, Walt killed Jesse's girlfriend.
Yeah, Walt.
Smothered her, right? Or
He
just
poisoned her.
Just didn't wake her up.
She was overdosing.
And just didn't wake her up or get help. And just sat there with... You could tell... Oh, what a great... I gotta rewatch, man. What a great scene that was, too. He was just watching her overdose, and he thought about it. You could see the struggle on his face. He didn't do it because he knew it was for Jesse's own good, man.
That girl was toxic for him.
The writing. So good in this show.
You got your scene,
So
Jay?
good.
Yeah, I got to say the scene with Walt.
Yeah,
The
the flashback.
Just a classic flashback. Classic Jesse Walt dynamic. Walt trying to kind of guide him in the right direction a little bit. And Jesse kind of being, I'm too smart for this. I'm too good for this.
Yeah.
I just love that arrogance from Jesse. That dynamic.
Just a kid.
Yeah, exactly. So I got to say,
doesn't even know it's coming his way at that point in his life. My favorite scene.
Go for it.
Is when he is searching through the apartment, looking for that fucking money, and when it pans out, and it's just all the different rooms in the apartment and all the different Pinkmans tearing up the apartment,
like a blueprint.
Yeah. It looked like a blueprint. And you could just see him ripping on everything, just going to town trying to find that money. I loved like just the way that was shot and like how they put that together. It was crazy. And also in the apartment when he was hiding behind the mattress with the gun and the fake cop noticed the
It's
pill.
like, I'm no cop killer.
Yeah. You hear the gun cock, it zooms right in on the barrel.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, man, this is why I'm here. This is why Breaking Bad is so great.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if I didn't expect Jesse to be behind there. Like, initially.
He was just like,
yep.
I'm no fucking cop killer.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
All right.
man.
So there you go.